Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about Banshee chapter. I don't know why I hadn't seen this film until now. Thank you, Raphael, for standing by me twice. I appreciate you pushing me a little bit, but I have to say I was not a huge fan of this film. This film is a found footage film, so I understand why it was recommended to me, and I am a found footage queen, I like to say. I like to call myself that anyway. So it's very strange that this film kind of flew past me. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, let's get into it. The film opens up to a disturbing sequence where a man tries an unknown substance on camera. Things get a bit crazy and the man goes missing. We then jump to his old friend who is a working journalist, and she is going to get to the bottom of whatever the fuck he took. My issue with this film is it has a whole lot of different themes. I thought it might be kind of paranormal in one respect, which it kind of is, but it also goes really into conspiracy theories, and then it also has the drug element, and I feel like there's just a lot going on. I get that they needed to kind of jump through hoops, like Matrix kind of style with the pills and all that, to have something of meaning, but I feel like it was a lot to swallow within the hour and a half. Swallow because it's a drug that they swallow. Anyway, in saying that, I did find a lot of it quite interesting the way they put it together. They had a few different characters that came in and out of plot points, and I found their involvement in the film was quite interesting, and you kind of never knew where it was going to go. But in saying that, the main issue I had with the film was the climax, which I felt just came to a head point at a very weird time, and I just wasn't really sure about the whole formula of the film. The film strongly relies on jump scares, which I don't really buy a lot of the acting, but the jump scares, I have to admit, and I'll always admit this to you guys, they got me. There's one jump scare that really got me, and it may be because I'm not really used to watching films with a lot of jump scares, surprisingly. I do think that there were some genuine scary moments, and they were kind of watered down by all the jump scares, and you were kind of expecting it, and it kind of almost took you out of the film and out of like the deeper meaning and the vibe they had going on, and I really wish they took a couple of them out. I'm not really a person to say no to a jump scare because I feel like some films are meant for jump scares and some aren't, but this one, it could have gone without. You get me? It's not like a Annabelle situation where you're expecting a jump scare. It's a film that has a deeper meaning. It's not an evil doll. Another thing that really took me out of it is the main actor, which is Michael McMillan, and he's from What I Like About You. I don't know if you guys know that Amanda Bynes show. He's also from True Blood and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, all shows that I've seen bits and pieces of. So I felt like for me, he didn't really fit the role. I'm sure he's a great actor normally, but it just completely, his face just suits comedy to me. That's really mean to say. I don't mean it like he's comical looking. I just mean it like I'm so used to seeing him in those roles, and he didn't really break that character for me and cross over very easily. As I did say before, this film is found footage, but it does cross a lot of lines in found footage because it has a lot of footage that isn't found. What I'm trying to say is she films herself, the journalist, the actress, films herself a lot of the time, but then there's also these kind of handheld shots that you can see are handheld and intentionally handheld, maybe to kind of blend in with everything else, but they're happening when she's at work and nothing's going on, like someone standing in the corner filming, and it's very jarring to go from someone filming themselves in a car to something else. So I had an issue with that. Maybe I should say it's a film that brings in aspects of found footage. The footage at the start is found, but what's the point of bringing in found footage if you're not going to make the whole thing found footage? I just think it's a little bit jarring. I don't know if you're with me there. Let me know what you think about, like, I love a good mixed media film, but I don't like it when it has found footage 1 second and then it goes to like a cameraman the next. It takes me a while to like figure out what the intention of the filmmaker is. One thing I will say in this film is I really enjoyed the monster element to it. I thought it was done really well, and I do really like the parts of CGI, the scary noises, the effects it did use. I did think that there was all the aspects there, but as I said, it was broken up by the structure and the way it was shot, and then the actors, and then the jump scares. But other than that, but I did think that there was a core soul story there. It was just kind of stripped away a little bit, And like I always say, these are the films that should be redone, because these are the films where I can kind of see where the true heart of the story lies, even though it just didn't get there. So why don't we remake these ones, guys? All in all, this film to me was an anti-drug ad. A not so bad one. I've seen a lot of really bad drug ads, but like I said, it just did not reach the peak at the right time for me. I would have liked a little bit more oomph and a little bit less confusion. In saying that, apparently Christopher Nolan himself was actually signed on or attached to this film at one point, but he decided to push it to the side because he was going to work on a little film called Interstellar. This could have been Interstellar. Another cool thing about this film is that the character who plays Thomas Blackburn, his character is actually a homage to Hunter S. Thompson. And if you have seen the film, I'm sure you have seen the part where the same character refers to a story by H.P. Lovecraft. The story he is referencing is called From Beyond, and it's from 1934. I'm still a little bit torn on this film, to be completely honest, guys. I think it might require a second viewing. And for that, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I'm not really sure where I stand with it. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad either. That's just how I feel. For scare score, I'm going to give it a decent 5 as well. I would normally give it a 6, but I don't know if like jump scares are scary to anyone else but me anymore. And originality, I'm gonna give it like a 4. I thought that it was quite original, some of the aspects in there, but it's not like it's something that I haven't completely seen before. It was just something that I haven't seen lately. But let me know down below if you've seen Banshee Chapter and what you thought about it, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky. Bye.